Recording.
Hi, I'm Roberta Hogan, better known as Bobby, Mom, or whatever. Anyways, I am a disabled vet, a former federal employee, and a mom. I quit working in '88 when we moved down, in '88 when the kids started to turn teenagers so I could be home with them. I met Jason in 1986. It was Mike and I's first date. Figured that first date with 5 kids would be pretty safe. If his kids didn't like me and my kids didn't like him and the kids didn't like each other, there was no sense in moving on. Well, to our surprise, my kids fled to him, Jason and Justin stayed with me, and they all played together. So subsequently, we went on many dates after. We were married in 1988, and we had a pretty normal family, as you can say, normal, with 5 kids, all basically the same ages, very close. And yours and mine, blended family. We blended our family through counseling. At first we had counseling so the kids can all get used to having each other and supporting each other. Things were pretty normal. Kids were normal. Jason grew up as a normal little boy. As he was growing up, he was always a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He loved to go on our family fishing trips and camping trips and our walkabouts, our hikes. We lived by a lake and we would hike around the lake. And in the wintertime, the kids would always go skating, and Jason would say, "Oh, I wished I was there to go." So as time went on and the kids grew up, Jason still continued to be the little jokester. He loved to challenge Linda, who was the oldest girl, and then it was Jason who was the eldest boy. And they always had a little rivalry type thing going of who could do what. And he always thought girls couldn't do things, but he sure found out quick that girls could do things. I remember this one occasion where Linda was playing a lot of softball, and we'd go to ball games together and stuff, and the kids were out here and they were talking about, no, boys can punch harder, no, girls can punch just as hard as boys. And so Linda says, "Well, okay, then punch me." And Jason drew back and just punched her as hard as he could right there in the arm. And Linda shrugs it off, and Jason says, "Okay, punch me." Linda drew back and punched him, and tears welled up in his eyes, and he said his fingers went numb. He never challenged what a girl could do ever again. That was just the funniest thing you could ever see. But as time went on, Jason grew up, and he would come out here in the summer times, and at a couple of Christmases. We didn't differentiate stepchild from real child. They were all our children. We didn't want anybody to feel like they weren't our child, because they were. They were all our children. They are all our children. He was a normal teenage boy. We all know how teenagers are. And after he moved to Denver, he kind of changed a little bit. The way he talked changed. As he grew up, he seemed to get a little bit more edgy, angrier type. And he just really wasn't himself for a little while. Jason's got a good soul. He always has, and he never really lost it. He lost himself for a little while, but he never really lost his soul, his self. We used to talk a lot, and we still talk, and he can see inside of a person on how they're feeling or how they're really doing. You know, because I'd say, oh no, I'm doing fine. No, you're not. What's wrong? Jason has a gift. When he went to prison, he did some dumb things, really dumb things. And when he went to the federal penitentiary, he just wasn't himself. He was an angry young man. He was mad at the world. Everybody owed him everything. That's what all teenagers think. They all think we owe him everything. And he was a little bit, Jason's always been a little bit immature for his age. And I think that's the way boys are, men are in general. Just kidding. And, but I saw a change in him as time went on. He became he found his inner peace. And he just seems so level-headed and peaceful, and it's unexplainable in a sense. But he has this gift that he passes on what he believes and what he thinks, because there's people who read scriptures or read Bibles and they can tell you and preach you and do anything they want to you, and you know it's just words. When Jason speaks, no matter if he's quoting something or if he's just speaking, he's speaking from his heart. And you can tell you can just tell the change in him. He's trying to explain this is really hard, because he's changed so much. He's given a lot to the prison system. He's taught a lot in teaching all faiths. You have to study. You have to be dedicated. He's given a lot to other prisoners. I think Jason deserves a second chance, because when he went in, he was a cocky teenager thinking that, oh, I could do anything and nothing will ever happen to me. And he's not that cocky teenager anymore. He is a young man who has potential of a whole lifetime of giving and learning more and teaching. This world doesn't have enough Jasons. We have enough cockiness and enough people who think they can do what they want, when they want, and how they want. But we don't have enough Jasons. In my experience in doing a lot of community service, there's just not that many people who are willing to give from their soul out, to where you feel when you stand next to him or when you're talking to him on the phone, you can feel it. He's a good person. If Jason says he didn't commit the second crime, Jason did not commit the second crime. He does not have it in him to tell a lie. I honestly believe Jason cannot tell a lie. Through his teachings and through his learnings, this is the kind of person he's become. if he is given this second chance, I believe he has a lot to give to our society. Many people can learn from a person like Jason. He's been down the road. He can help a lot of other young men to maybe not go down that road. There's just, I'll say it one more time, there's not enough Jasons in this world. Please give Jason a second chance. He deserves it. Thanks for listening to me.